first glance, Tim Allen's Hollywood Hills estate seemed like the embodiment of celebrity luxury. Perched high above the city with panoramic views of the Los Angeles skyline and surrounding canyons, the home appeared to be everything one would expect from a successful actor's retreat. It boasted a sleek mid-century modern design, glass walls that bathed rooms in golden California sunlight, and rustic architectural touches that added warmth and character. The master suite alone rivaled the finest resorts, combining comfort with sophistication. But beneath its glamorous exterior, the estate harbored secrets, disturbing ones. When the home went up for sale, what should have been a routine high-end transaction quickly spiraled into a series of strange events. Real estate agents, contractors, and even longtime staff began noticing oddities during walkthroughs and inspections. What started as minor concerns soon escalated into deeply unsettling discoveries. For starters, the layout itself didn't make sense. The home's floor plan seemed intentionally confusing, with hallways that bent at unnatural angles and rooms disconnected from the rest of the house. Some areas appeared in blueprints but were missing in real life, while others existed in the physical space but not on paper. Entire sections of the home were off-limits, even to household staff. A housekeeper who had worked at the property for over a decade revealed that certain doors were always locked and that she had been warned, without explanation, never to ask questions about them. It wasn't just employees who were restricted. Several close friends of Allen's recalled being denied access to entire wings of the house. These areas were not under construction or damaged, they were simply off-limits. The more people explored the mansion, the more it became clear that something was being hidden. Suspicion deepened when contractors began reviewing the property's renovation history. Dozens of permits had been filed, but many of the upgrades were incomplete or didn't match the existing structure. One veteran contractor, visibly unnerved after conducting a structural inspection, said, "Something about that place just doesn't sit right. There's more than what meets the eye." Then there was the security. Allen's estate featured a far more complex system than typical celebrity homes. It included multiple biometric scanners, reinforced steel doors, motion sensors, and a perimeter defense system typically reserved for high-security government buildings. Surveillance cameras covered every angle, both inside and out. A security expert brought in for consultation admitted he was baffled. "It's like the place was designed to either keep something out or keep something in." The most chilling discovery came when a team conducted a scan of the mansion's foundation. Blueprints showed only a small basement, but the scan revealed something far more extensive, a hidden chamber beneath the house. The space was unregistered, unlisted, and completely concealed from plain sight. When asked, Allen's representatives brushed it off as a personal storage area, but those who saw the data remained skeptical. As if that wasn't enough, the garage, known for housing Allen's prized collection of vintage cars, had its own secrets. Behind the gleaming motorcycles and restored muscle cars was a mechanic's pit that extended deeper than necessary and featured heavy reinforcements. When a contractor asked to explore further, access was suddenly revoked. Adding to the mystery, several cars that had previously been displayed in interviews and features had vanished without any record of sale or transport. In one dimly lit corner of the garage, an assistant discovered boxes marked with cryptic labels. Inside were old VHS tapes, faded notebooks filled with handwritten notes, and what looked like sealed government documents. Who they belonged to and why they were hidden remains unknown. The most disturbing feature of all was the discovery of a secret panic room. Unlike typical safe rooms built for protection from burglars or natural disasters, this one was completely concealed behind a false wall and had no outward indication of its existence. An architect reviewing the floor plans identified a dead zone, and upon investigation, the panic room was confirmed. However, its design was strange. It seemed more like a containment area than a safe space. Before anyone could investigate further, the room was sealed off. Blueprints were updated and entry points were removed, as if the room had never existed. The secrecy surrounding it was unsettling, and speculation ran wild. What could Allen have possibly needed to contain or protect? In another wing of the house, a heavy filing cabinet equipped with military-grade biometric locks was discovered in a little-used office. A former staff member recalled accidentally accessing it years ago and finding folders marked with names, dates, and several labeled video and audio recordings. One photograph inside showed a person with a haunted, wide-eyed expression. It looked like someone caught something they weren't supposed to, the staffer recalled. Oddly, just before the home was put on the market, the cabinet vanished without a trace. Perhaps the most telling clue came from the home's surveillance system. Shortly after inquiries into the estate intensified, every piece of footage, every tape, backup, and cloud storage file was deleted. The company that installed the system confirmed the deletion was deliberate. One of Allen's friends remembered visiting the mansion late one night and finding the actor intently watching surveillance footage. When asked what he was viewing, Allen abruptly shut the laptop and refused to discuss it. The next day, the footage was gone. Despite growing concerns, the property quietly disappeared from the market with no announcement of a sale. No buyer was ever confirmed, and the estate slipped from public view as quickly as it had entered it. The fate of the home and whatever secrets it held remains a mystery. What was Tim Allen hiding behind the lavish walls of his Hollywood Hills mansion? Why the extreme measures to guard it, to erase evidence, to seal it away? We may never know for certain. But for those who stepped inside, one thing was clear: something wasn't right. And that mystery still lingers in the hills above Hollywood.